Y'all, I have a little mouse. I opened this up and it jumped from over there into that little hole. And it was eating at my little firewall. What's right there? Do you guys see that? That is one brave freaking mouse. We gotta catch that thing. And so I have these no-kill mouse traps. So I'm gonna put some blueberries, because this is not the first time this has happened. I have a mouse in my Jeep. I have released another mouse before with one of these. And they really liked bananas when I did it, but I don't have any bananas. There's a little marshmallow in there. I'm catching that. This mouse straight up is looking me in the eyes. I'm putting this in there. William, sorry, buddy. I'll give you breakfast in a second. We gotta catch this mouse. I can't believe this. See the little thing? Yeah, I know you're here. You can't nest here. You have a giant field over there you can nest. Last week on my solo road trip to the Arctic Ocean, we began our journey on the Cassiar Highway. We drove to Alaska and back to see the world's largest glacier you can drive to, and spent the night in awe of its grandeur. We visited some beautiful totem poles and did a whole lot of driving to get to where we're going to visit in this video. If you're new here, I'm Loui and this is my dog William. I've been traveling and living on the road for almost 1 full year in this current build. This summer's shenanigans are my last big adventure in a Jeep for now, as I have some really exciting travel plans in the works coming up soon. So I want to go out with a bang and finally go on this once-in-a-lifetime road trip that I've waited years to take. And I'm bringing you all along for the ride, rodent encounters and all. Good morning, everyone. I feel like I really hit a wall this morning. I'm so exhausted from driving so many miles, so many K a day. So we're just taking it slow this morning. Abandoned house on a beautiful creek. Oh man, I would live there. Well, we have made it to the abandoned town of Cassiar. And right now we are on the old airstrip, which is pretty cool. This town was created because of the mining of asbestos, which we all know is not something anybody really uses anymore. Basically, the mining operation was out of business and the town was then abandoned because there was no reason to be here anymore. And by the looks of it, it's actually a very beautiful place here in the summer. There are so many flowers. A creek is running along the road. I mean, this would be a lovely place to live, I think. Look at that old car. There's lots of nails and things, so... William, no, come over here. At one point, this town had about 1,200 people living and working here. It had a school, a church, basically everything a normal small town would have. But now, other than a couple people doing some mining exploration around here, it's pretty dead. Looked like there were a couple people living on the east end of the town, but other than that, this is amazing. Landing the drone on an actual airstrip, I feel very official. I was trying to land it like a plane, and then I realized that I was not flying a plane, I'm flying a drone. Usually, more often than not, I like to camp down forest roads that look like nobody ever really goes down. In this case, I didn't find a good spot to camp that'd be better than the airstrip, but thinking back to a few years ago, I would have been absolutely terrified of a road like this. All that to say is my advice is to be kind to yourself in the process of learning how to off-road and getting comfortable with everything deeper in the outdoors. Often this can be a very intimidating space, at least that was my experience, and I just want to say that if I can do it, you 100% can too. So we're back at the airstrip, and I realize you can drive farther back. Best not go inside there. Well, I laid down for a little bit and I combed my hair because it was just a little too wild for my liking. Having curly hair on the road is a challenge for sure. We're going to make a delicious campfire Dutch oven meal. When you're exhausted from traveling on the road, it's really important to cook a really good hearty meal at some point during the ride. Replace all the calories from driving, you know, sitting there takes so much work. Found this over there, so we're just gonna use it. We don't need much wood to cook. But if all else fails, there's a ton of wood over there too. That may or may not be dry. Corn. 2 to 1. Sort of. Maybe that much baking powder. Like 1-ish egg. That looks a strange color. And my milk is frozen and it's coffee milk. But we'll put a little of that in there. Oh, that was kind of a lot. I like my cornbread kind of sweet. Should you technically wash beans before you use them? Yes. But we live out of a Jeep, guys. Let's be real here. And I live alone, so no one's gonna be suffering but William. Some corn, some diced tomatoes, oh, oops, and some tomato paste. Salt. I like cumin, so we're gonna do coriander. I think they're similar. Chili powder. This is meant to be pretty simple, nothing crazy. And then mix together. Oh. So that turned out better than expected. Oh yeah, the cornbread's done. Wow. Look at that. Ooh, I'll take a bite of it. Oh my goodness. I just keep getting lucky with these Dutch oven recipes. Slow and low is the way to go. Wow. There's no shortage of sunlight this time of year in this area of the world. On this location, the sun did not set until about 11 p.m. And as you can see in this time lapse, the sun didn't even really set completely. It's easy to get off schedule during this time, but it's so fun to stay up late when you are camping. It makes it so you can do so much more in a day. And when summer is over and the earth returns to dark, it feels so good to hibernate. Welcome to Boya Lake, or the traditional name I'm going to put up on the screen because I don't want to butcher saying it and respect the name, but look how beautiful it is. I left William in the car because packrafting with him is very chaotic. I wanted to go on a very chill pack raft and see if I could maybe cast a line. I saw some fish over by where I launched the pack raft, but I'm yet to see some more trout. It is so beautiful. There's a giant dragonfly sitting on my camera right now. I just want to show you guys how majestic and blue this lake is. It's a provincial park, so I can't fly my drone, but I'm gonna do my best to show you guys how awesome this lake is and why you should also come and visit it if you do this hike. Just look how blue this is. I'm in awe right now. I'm just sitting. Like, look. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I just accepted that I suck at lake fishing, and that's just who I am. I just have a little bobber with some bait on it, some floating bait, yellow. I don't think it's smelly enough though, so I might change it. Fishing is just a lot of patience. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the view, man. Don't let this pretty beach deceive you. It's very muddy. Oops. It's an island in the middle of the lake. Little island. It's not easy to get to the other side here. It's a very small island. Ooh, spider webs. Can't really go that way. Oh hey. Oh, somebody's dog is buried here. Rest in peace, puppy. Oh. Okay, I'll go around your grave. Bugs everywhere. Roadside pit stop. Go, Whoopie. So it was getting a little too people-y at the lake, and I wanted to let William be free and me have my space and record because I always get super nervous recording in front of people I don't know. I feel like as I near the end of this section of my trip, I have really learned some things and I want to share those with you. I think for one, I've really learned that in my life in particular, in order for me to be able to do the things that I love and see the things that I want to see, I'm gonna have to go alone a lot, and that is not my preference. I don't want to be alone all the time. I think life is much better shared with other people. I have so much more fun when I'm with other people. The load of everything that you have to do in a day just to survive on the road is definitely halved when you can use teamwork to do things, but I realize that I have a very curious soul, and some might say restless to a default. I have to be on the move. I have to see new things to be a happy person in life, and who knows, that maybe will change as I get older, but right now in this stage of my life I've learned that, and I think I've finally made peace with the fact that I'm gonna have to do stuff alone a lot if I want to be out and about doing what I'm doing, even though that's not what I want. I guess the second thing that's kind of related to the last thing that I learned on this trip is that I'm not getting any younger. I was thinking back to when I was like 24 and I first started traveling in this way, like 23, 24. It's made me realize that I need to be very pointed with my goals in life. I mean, yes, I'm still young, but just thinking about how fast time goes, I was thinking about that a lot. And thirdly, this goes out to all my solo women who want to travel out there. I am reminded every day on the road
of how much you can rely on humanity and how friendly people are. The world seems so scary on media, and I've just been reminded on this trip that the world is not as scary as media makes it out to be. There's no need to be super afraid of bears or animals out here or roads that you're unsure of. Fear is the thing that stops you from becoming the person you want to be and doing the things you want to do. Lastly, the mosquitoes up here are brutal. So if you do this highway, just know they're gonna be pretty bad.